am here with Mohammed Amine fighting Bahram Rajabzadeh at Glory 87, August 19th in Rotterdam, qualifying tournament for a heavyweight Grand Prix later this year. First of all, how's everything going ahead of this one?
I'm good, man. Great camp. Feel strong. Really confident. So I can't wait, man.
Well, that's what we want to hear. And you mentioned feeling strong. Obviously, this is at heavyweight. You fought previously at light heavyweight. I know you fought at heavyweight before as well, but how do you feel as a heavyweight? What are the kind of the key differences for you?
I'm still not a big heavyweight. I think I'm a big light heavyweight now because for my last two fights, I felt like a big middleweight because I didn't have to cut weight. I just think when did my camp start? Like 5 weeks ago. I just some little things, eating more, lifting heavy. But I feel great. I feel really sharp. But I don't see myself as a heavyweight.
So is it just the opportunity then to be part of this Grand Prix that kind of got you back to heavyweight?
It was an opportunity, and it was the lack of fighters that wanted to fight me in August because I wanted to fight a light heavyweight fighter in August, but nobody was ready. Then Glory told me, "Hey, they want to participate in a heavyweight tournament," and I said, "Of course,
Wow,
just to stay active."
very, very cool. And obviously, this is a qualifying tournament, one night tournament. I mean, what's the game plan and do things differ because it's tournament format in one night? Does anything change in terms of your preparation, your approach, your game plan?
Mm, oh, sorry. To be honest, I'm just focused on the task beforehand. I have first bottom, so this is my first focus. I need to get through him first, and we know what to do to get prepared for the second fight. So there's not what. Of course, we know how all the fighters fight, but we're not worried about the other two. We're only worried right now about bottom. So yeah.
Fair enough. And when we talk about Bahram, just talk to me about your opponent. What does he bring to the table? What are you expecting to see from him?
I think it's a guy's. He's real explosive. It's a good right high kick. This is his highlight reel. Um, he gets tired really fast, and he didn't face high level opponents. I think he faced only one in 2019, and it was against Sergey. He lost that fight, and afterwards he just fought like bus drivers, taxi drivers. So we didn't see much from him. But Saturday I will expose him.
You mentioned he gets tired really fast. Is the game plan maybe to drag him into deep waters a little?
Or knock him out in the first. We can do both. We can do both. I'm confident to do both. I know I know very well he's not gonna make it with a full gas tank past the first round. So I'm not, to be honest, I'm not worried about this guy. I did everything in my power to win from this guy, and I will showcase that Saturday.
Oh, good stuff. And I know you said you don't worry about the other guys in the tournament, but obviously there is that fight on the other side of the bracket. Jurgendal versus Terpstra. Who do you see coming out ahead in that fight? Do you have any preference whatsoever in who you face, or does it matter?
I think Uko was the easiest one of the tournament, so I hope to face him. I hope to have to face him as first. But I think if Martin just applies his game plan, what he usually does, three punches, low kick, and watch out for the overhand, I think he will win this fight.
Well, if
Because the
you
other guy also gasses really quick, so so I think it will be an easy fight for him.
Good stuff, man. Now, if you win this, you obviously go on to the heavyweight Grand Prix later this year. You also
Yeah,
compete in MMA, so you could have a fairly busy next couple of months, really, depending on how things play out. I mean, do you like that level of activity? Is that something you're striving for to stay this busy?
yeah. To be honest, I really enjoyed it. I said it yesterday to my wife. Uh, this is gonna be my fourth and fifth fight, so I'm gonna win the tournament. So five fights in 5 months. So one MMA fight and four kickboxing fights. And if I plan, I hope PFL September in Paris. There's still some room for me, and then I'm gonna compete again because I like to fight. It's something I live for.
That's very cool. I wanted to ask you about the PFL. So you're thinking maybe you could even get on that Paris card.
Yeah, we spoke about it. So maybe a late replacement or something. But we'll see. First I have Bottom, then I have Martin, and then we're gonna watch what we're gonna do for the PFL card.
Talk to me about the decision to cross over and compete in two sports. I mean, a lot of people, they start in one and then they move, they leave the first sport. You're actually juggling both. Is that something you intend to do long term? And what was kind of the thought process behind it?
Both opportunities came at the same time. So PFL they came with a contract, and Glory came with a contract. And at first, I thought I was just gonna do MMA full time, and then Glory came with a contract. And yeah, I'm a kickboxer. I grew up as a kickboxer, so I thought let's do it both. Let's show them it's possible to do both at the same time. Because back in the days, in the old K1 days and Pride days, you saw them shifting from MMA to kickboxing and back and forth. So it's something that's possible, and it's something that's from the old generation, and the new generation is afraid to do that because they care a lot about the laws. They care a lot about the record. And to be honest, I don't really care about record and losses. I care about legacy. Sorry, legacy. So yeah, it's something I enjoy to do both.
Well, that's very cool to hear. You mentioned like the Pride days and the guys going to K1. Who are some of the guys that you were a fan of when you were coming up?
I think I watched everybody's highlights back in the day, like Fedor, Kroko, Badr, Bokansaki. Um, we have more. Gegard Mousasi also a big fan of him. Mark Hunt. Yes, I think all the guys because I just like the way they fought. They didn't fight like the guys who they, they're fighting right now. A lot of guys they fight calculated and don't want to take any risk, and they care a lot. What I told you, they care a lot about records. They care a lot about making a name and shit like this. And I don't like the mentality. Just go train hard, beat some people up in the gym, beat some people up in the ring or in the cage. Just make a name for yourself.
You mentioned someone there. You mentioned a couple names who I'm a huge fan of, but Gegard Mousasi and Mark Hunt. I mean, Gegard has a win over Mark Hunt, which is crazy when you think about it,
Yeah,
right? That fearless, I'll fight anyone, any weight. And you're kind of doing that too. Is that kind of the mindset too? Like, I don't care what weight class it's at. If I can make it, I'll fight it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So I even said to Glory, if you want, I can even go to middleweight. So I don't really care because if it's middleweight, light heavyweight, or heavyweight, I don't really care. To be honest, I don't really care. It's the mindset to be the best at everything. And if they call me like in 2 months, say, do you want to fight for the title of middleweight? We're just gonna cut some weight and fight for the title. Of course, in the long run, if I have the belt, I need to stay at my division. That's also the plan. If I have the belt, I'm gonna stay in my division, stay active in my division. But if we don't have the belt right now, we're just gonna fight everybody.
That's very admirable. What do you walk around at? Like when we talk about like maybe I could make it to middleweight, how much of a cut would that be?
Right now, it will be a heavy cut. It will be a really heavy cut. I think I'm around 100 kilos. I think middleweight's like 86 in kickboxing or 85. So right now it will be a heavy cut, but if I have like 2 months to prepare, I can make that cut.
Good stuff. Now, I wanted to talk to you a little more about the MMA side of things as well. Obviously, you're working with Glory, top kickboxing promotion, PFL, a rising MMA promotion. And when you see some of the signings like Cedric Doumbé and Abdul Raguimov on the Paris card, obviously Francis Ngannou, Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano. Um,
Mhm.
when you see all these names signing, does that kind of tell you, hey, man, I made the right decision going here?
Yeah, I saw that after the Ngannou signing and after the Jake Paul signing. I thought, yeah, this is something good. This is something good because they told me beforehand that Jake would sign with them, and then they gave me a contract, and I saw the opportunities. There's also a lot of UFC fighters going to PFL, and the competition is really high because they have the tournament format. What I like, so I know it was a good signing. Only the fight came at a bad time for me because I was really sick at my debut. I was really sick, so I hope to set it straight in the future. set it to set it a little straight. So yeah, but I'm happy with PFL.
If you get on that Paris card, obviously that's going to be like a feature fight. But moving forward, would you want to go into the regular season, into the tournament?
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I want to test myself with a full camp, healthy, no injuries, no bullshit, and just test myself with the great MMA guys, the guys on the highest level, because I train with the guys on the highest level. And I know I'm ready to do that. I know I'm ready to fight the guys. I know my striking is phenomenal. And I know my ground game is getting way better right now. So, yeah, I would like to test it and get the $1 million.
I was going to say the money does not hurt either. Mo, I'm going to thank you again for the time today. I'm going to ask you one more before I let you go. August 19th, Glory 87, Baram Rajabzadeh. Just give me a prediction for this fight. How is this one going to end?
I'm going to finish him in 2 rounds.
Good stuff, man. Not even a hesitation. Absolutely love it. Congratulations on all the success. Best of luck moving forward. Looking
Thank you,
forward to the
man.
fight.
Thank you for the invite, brother. Bye bye.
All right. Talk to you again, man. Have a good day.